So this recording is for public speaking class. It is the memorable moment speech, and I'm sharing a memorable moment in my own life. Have you ever been in a situation where you thought your life was in danger? Well, I experienced one such moment a number of years ago. It was on a quiet Sunday evening in Agana. I decided I needed to go for a short evening walk after a late dinner, as I usually would do since I am a diabetic. My walks are usually 15 to 20 minutes in length, with the walking route a familiar one. So I decided to head out in simple Guam mode and fashion. Well, this was my crazy mode and fashion. Shorts, my typical white t shirt, and Zoris. Yep, Zoris, not even shoes. I decided to leave my cell phone that evening and bring instead a set of rosary beads for my evening journey. It was about 9:30 p.m. On a typical day, this adventure would be filled with much noise and people, with the bar along the path being active with patrons and the restaurants being busy as well. But this Sunday night was definitely a quiet one. As I walked, I noticed two guys heading in the opposite direction, close to passing me. One had an umbrella that he was twirling in the air, and as I got closer, one of these two started screaming at me with the question, "Where are you from?" and kept saying the question over and over again till he got next to me, with the umbrella twirling guy still doing his thing. So these two guys, who were heading in the opposite direction of me, decided to walk along side by side with me. And the guy who had screamed at me decides to put his arm around me. He looks at me, says, "You're a big guy and you're exercising." And he kept repeating that over and over again. Now, my heart was racing at this time. I kept asking myself, what the hell was I thinking? Why would I do such a stupid thing at 9:30 p.m. in the evening on a Sunday night in Agana? Now, the man who had screamed at me, whose arm is now just on my shoulder, decides to look at my rosary beads and he says, "Those are nice. Could I have it?" At that moment, I gladly gave it to him. At that moment of what could have been a scary reality for me, a friend of theirs, whom I did not notice was walking in the opposite direction, joins these two and they decide to go on together and leave me alone. At that moment, I turned around and I headed back home as fast as I could. I relayed this scary story with my family and friends, and I did get a good tongue lashing for it. But I had to say that this memorable moment also allowed me to send a quick prayer of thanksgiving to up above, because it could have been a very dangerous night. So looking back, I count my blessings, but I also learned something very important. Number one, don't walk during times at night that can be scary. Make sure you wear the proper clothing and shoe wear and bring an umbrella. It will protect you from the elements, and when necessary, use it as a possible weapon to defend yourself.